Well, just to kind of recap maybe a little bit about that football game out there, as a football coach, at the very end of that football game to be able to have that 2-minute drill and, to take every practice. This was a practice. This wasn't a scrimmage. It was a practice. And we were able to utilize a 2-minute situation at the end of the football game to help our football team get better. And I thought that was a great way to end it because the Orange team didn't quit, and they continued to try to plug away and try to get back in this football game, and that's exactly what they did. They learned also, as we talked about it out there on the football field, that you can't turn the football over five times and expect to be successful in a football game. So, I think after 15 practices, we got better every day. We still have a ways to go. But I'm proud of the way that young men responded. And I think, for us and the youth that we have on this football team, it's very, very important that we take every day and try to establish that winning attitude that we need to do to be successful by winning each day.
Barton through the spring.
He has made a lot of plays. We keep track, and Taylor was leading the safeties and had one of the top numbers on the team because we give points for big plays throughout practice. And, again, he made some plays again tonight, so he just did a good job for us.
How pleased were you with the offense?
Off and on, too many turnovers for the Orange. I thought the blue team, I haven't seen any of the stats or anything yet, but I thought they were much more consistent. I thought we were able to run the football better, of course, than we were at this time last year. So I was happy with the way that it went. But again, too many turnovers for the Orange team.
What do you most like about what Coach Cubitt has brought to this offense?
Well, again, I think it's friendly. And when I say friendly, I mean it's player friendly. Our players understand what they're responsible for doing. And I think that's one of the things that Bill Cubitt has brought. He brings experience. He's called many, many football games and called many, many plays. So he's definitely been a great addition to what we're trying to get accomplished offensively.
Seems like Donovan likes what he's been doing, a lot of north-south runs. Is he really thrived under the system?
I think all the running backs really have. We didn't Josh didn't play tonight due to an ankle injury, but I thought that Damie was also, he's a north-south type runner, and DY is the north-south. Making plays on the goal line. It was kind of interesting when I grabbed him after that. He made the last touchdown that he had. That's one of our drills. We call it goal line tackle, and we put that football on the 2-yard line, and we put it on some dummies as one-on-one against the linebacker. Well, DY was winning that quite a bit, so he won that in that football game. But I definitely think that the offense is getting more and more comfortable as we progress, and that was only 15 days of practice with that offense.
Are you concerned at all with the turnovers from O'Toole?
Yeah, I mean, again, you can't turn the football over and be successful, and we've learned that, and he had some drops too. There was no question about that. Some tip balls that that were in and out of hands of wide receivers that got to make plays. I know Damie, I believe, dropped one too that was tipped and into another young man's hands. But again, we can't throw interceptions and we can't have fumbles and be successful.
How about the pace of the offense, Tim? Moving quickly and getting up there.
Well, there's multiple paces. There's no question. That's one of Bill Cubitt's things that he does with our offense. We can huddle up. We can be at a fast pace. We can be with 2 backs. We can be with 1 back. We can be with 4 wides. You can be with, the 3 wides or even 2 wides. So that's one of the things that Coach Cubitt and the offensive staff have utilized.
We talked about Shieldhouse. It looked like he was pretty sharp.
I thought Nathan had a heck of a game standing back there in the back and seeing some of those passes that he made throughout the scrimmage. I thought he had a heck of a game. He had great touch on the football. He's done a great job of leading. You could hear out there again. I guess that's one good thing about being in a spring game, being a head coach. You can stand behind them and listen and you could hear that there was some great leadership things being said on that blue offensive team.
What about the defensive secondary? A lot of
Young pups. Yeah, there was a, again, though, when you look out there, Taylor Barton, I believe this is his first spring, as I've said before, and you look out there and there's a lot of, Clayton Fagellum that was his first spring with us also. You got Viangelo Bentley in his first spring. There's a number of youth players out there, and we've got to do better at making sure that we get those guys covered deep with the deep ball.
Do you feel like the team's turned the page on last season?
We're moving forward. Again, you try to learn. We've done everything with the learning curve from last year. It's time to move this program forward. It's time to talk about Southern Illinois, because that's exactly where we got to go. We're talking as a football team about tomorrow and what we need to do to make sure. And I guarantee you that there'll be players in here watching film tomorrow to see how they played in this game, and that's the kind of the attitude of this football team.
What's the biggest thing that emerged for you in this game that informs you going forward?
Emerged. Again, I think there's things that we can learn. I was proud that the Orange team fought back from being down. Could have easily folded their tent, and they didn't. So I was happy with that. I was happy. It sounded like there was a very physical. There was a physical game going on out there as you stood back and heard the tackling and some of the blocking. So I think as we step forward, we're going to watch this film, grade it, and critique it, and the kids will be ready to make that next progression on Monday.
Did you come out pretty healthy?
Yeah, we didn't. There was some guys that didn't play in this football game that we would have loved to, but all in all, I don't think that bumps and bruises, but that's a game of football.
these names that you gave out here, these awards, are these for spring as opposed to tonight?
Spring awards. No, spring awards and just awards that we talked as a coaching staff, and we talked, of course, as a staff in general, and made decisions on that.
In the case, was there anybody that might have won an award tonight if you included that in there? If you included tonight in there, was anybody played that well?
I'm not on a one-game deal. I'm on a, you have to earn that opportunity. I thought Nathan played a good football game tonight.
Is he physically all good to go?
Well, that was his first spring in, 3 years? 2010. Yeah.
He got hurt in the last play of the series in
2010. So it was great to see him back, and of course he won an award for us. And as I mentioned, and I think I talked about it on Thursday in the Big Ten conference, Corey Lewis is what college football is all about. I mean, there's a young man that has not just physically but mentally, the game was taken from him. The game he loved, and he fought back, and mentally, people don't understand what he went through, and now he's back playing the game that he loves and playing with the team that he loves. So I can't talk enough about Corey Lewis.